What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Virzi Effect podcast show. My name is Paul Virzi, and you guys are listening to episode 524. And I am once again bringing in a guest on the show. And this is a dude that I love this dude, man. I go back with this dude in Phoenix, Arizona years ago. He's the host of The Fighter and the Kid. He's got his own podcast, which he's doing now, which we're going to get into. And I see my guy out there grinding in that LA grind. Shapel Lacey's on the show. What's up, dude?
What's up, brother? How you doing?
Good, man. Good.
Good.
So
good. Yeah, good to talk to you, dude. It is crazy, man. When I think about it, like, Phoenix. You know, I was still working a 9 to 5, man. And like, listen, those are the real people that know me. When they don't know Shapel, that was working the 9 to 5. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know, you were super. One thing that I remembered is like you were super humble and grateful. And I was opening for Burr at Stand Up Live. I'm trying to think, man. This might be what, 8 years now, 7 something, 8, 9.
It was 2017.
Oh, it's 2017. Okay.
That's why this guy's math.
Yeah. I'm like, yo, what was that? Like 11 years ago?
No, the pandemic has really fucked up people's fucking time frames.
So, yeah, I'm trying to think though, because 17. Oh, that's why. No, the only reason why I'm saying, because I haven't opened for Bill in 4 or 5 years. We went to a game. That's what it was.
The Celtics. Celtics playing the Suns.
We went to the Celtics playing the Suns, and Bill said, jump on these shows. And I met him I met him there, and you were in the lobby. You were working at the hotel, and you had said, I'm a comic. And Bill goes, oh man, why don't you just jump on the shows tonight? And you were like, okay, man. And you were so grateful, and you came in, did a great job. And then I just saw you pretty much, especially a lot through pandemic, doing your shit that you're doing out there in LA, and jumping on the Fighter and the Kid show, which is doing fantastic and everything like that. So it's cool to see somebody. What's really cool and what I love is to see somebody in this that you see grinding like that 9 to 5, and they're doing some other shit. But, you know, you did something that I always tell, you know, young comics to do, or comics. When I mean young, I don't actually mean age. I mean young in the game.
Yeah, young in the game.
And it's go to New York or LA. And like, once you kind of figured out what you want to do, how you want to do it, you make the decision to go to one of the big markets, and to see somebody not only do it, but somebody do it and thrive in it is really, really dope, man. And it's a testament to your drive.
Well, yeah. And, you know, at the same time, man, I didn't realize how much of a rarity that was. I just assumed everybody worked their ass off, you know, but when you get to one of those cities, you realize, oh, not everybody works their ass off. It's just but I got to give a lot of credit to that 9 to 5 I worked. You know, I give a lot of credit to that, because that helped me understand work ethic. You know, when I think about it, like working those jobs where I'm parking cars, lifting people's luggage, and, you know, like doing that for 8-hour shifts, and like, you know, especially days where you're like busy just doing that. It's like, oh, I got to go get a car. Oh, I got to get this person's luggage. Oh, I like, you know, all this stuff. And yeah, obviously that's not something I wanted to do for my career and the rest of my life. But man, like that was a thing that I needed in order to come out here and actually like make something of myself. You know what I mean? I needed that kind of grit of work ethic, you know, because it's like with comedy, it's so easy to not work hard at it, you know, because like you're not really straining anything. You know, you're not like having a strain to like, you're not having to lift anything. Right. You don't have to like drive a tractor or anything like that. You don't have to do that. So it's easy to not work at it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But I think, but for me, I give that credit to working those hotel jobs like I did. And, you know, when I first moved out here, you know, it was hard. It was hard for me to get a hotel job, and I worked at a daycare, you know, and I worked at a daycare for like the first, year of living out here and stuff. And eventually I was able to get a hotel job, but then I didn't have to work that job that long, because then, you know, I was able to go full time with comedy.
Yeah, and it's actually, you brought up a good point, because if you go to the gym, right? If you go to the gym and you work out, you're going to feel the pain in your muscles and that whole no pain, no gain thing. But in comedy, I guess the pain is people not believing in you. The pain is bombing. The pain is all of the physical pain or whatever is more emotional that you would get with something else. So that makes a lot of sense. And it's easy for people to not go through that pain because it's emotional too, right?
It's emotional pain. So it's easy to go like, well, I won't go to that mic tonight. I did really bad the other night and I'm just not feeling good about myself. It's easy to say that. But some people are like, man, I did shitty last night. I think I figured it out. I think I know what I can do to make this material work or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Like there's two kinds of people when it comes to this, to doing it, man.
Yeah. No, it's that's for sure. That's for sure. And I think that, and it always sounds corny and cliche to say this, Shapel, but like when you look at people that win and you look at people, well, first of all, I think you have to be talented and funny in some sense.
Yes.
I don't give a fuck about somebody's work ethic, because there's a lot of comedians, I'm sure, that, or people that were trying to be comedians that are up every night, multiple times a night, and they just are not funny. They just are not funny. And then there are people that you're like, man, that dude is just naturally like funny, or she is naturally funny and should be doing it. So I do think you need to have the talent. I do think that you need to have some sort of, ability that's natural. But then once you have that, then you got to go. That's when you got it. That's when you got to go.
Also, when you think about it, you know how many people that are out there that could have been LeBron James,
right?
But just didn't have the work ethic.
Yeah.
And like I always, whenever I talk to people like think about this kind of stuff with sports, and I'm not even heavy, and it's more basketball than football or anything. But like when you think of a guy like Jordan, it's like, there's probably other people out there that were probably just as talented or anything like that, but we never know because they didn't have the work ethic.
Yeah. But here's where it gets deeper. This is where it gets deeper.
Yeah.
Where it gets deeper is, and I learned this later, what happened to Jordan and what happened to you and what happened to me and what happened to other people that make us, something happened young, right? So Jordan had an insecurity because of his older brother and things going on in his house. And that made him go, well, fuck this. I'm going to beat everybody because I could never beat this dude. Me, I'm as crazy as this is to say early in this show, not to get so heavy, but I realized
go for it.
My father, wasn't in my parents got divorced. I was 5. My father wasn't my stepfather, good dude, great dude, was there for my mom when she got sick. But like I was, I didn't have a positive, so I kind of felt in this way, especially I wanted to do big things and I felt alone with it. If like I said, not trying to get heavy. So now what happens when you lose that security, or when you don't have that security young, I was the dude who people were like, yo, let Paulie tell that story, or watch Paul do that. Or so I guess my talent and gift for people to see was what made people like me and what I can do good. So when I used that, but I realized that some shit that happened to me young, and I didn't have it nearly as hard as many other people had. I'm not trying to act like that, but that whatever that was made me find something. And then once I found I did it. So somebody like you, so what I think when I think of Tom Brady and I think of Aaron Rodgers, I think of those guys not getting drafted and being looked over, right?
Yeah.
And you're sitting there and you're getting embarrassed on TV. You're sitting in the green room. You got 20-something teams past you. Tom Brady waited to the 3rd day, 6th round. And then all of a sudden you get, now it's like, okay. And, So people that never had, I think my theory is people that never had that, for them, it's like people that always kind of not had it easy, but never really felt something where they felt insignificant or they felt insecure or they felt, I think that they don't have something that maybe me and you or people like that have. Could be.
Well, yeah. For me, I know exactly where it comes from. Like, my stepfather, growing up, I mean, fucking crazy abusive. You know what I mean? Like And so, and like, not even just physically, but also like verbally,
Right.
you know? So like when you get this, you know, the physical abuse, yeah, oh yeah, of course that fucking hurt. But what hurt the most was the verbal, because I'm sitting here listening to this person that's supposed to be my parent and supposed to take care of me, right? And they're sitting here telling me, you're not shit.
Yeah.
You're not shit, and you're never gonna be that. You know what I mean? So like when you hear that, yeah, you believe it. And then there was just something that just, I don't know what it was that just, you know, struck with me, that just hit me and was like, I think I know what it was. It was punk rock music, because it has this rebellious kind of stand up for yourself attitude to it. And I think it was that just literally made me go, well, fuck that. You know what I mean? And then once I understood how to say that, like, fuck that. Once I understood that, it was just like a wrap for me. And then you know, people have always known me as like this, you know, quiet dude, but I was just really good at everything I did. And that's because that was like the energy, because it was just like, I was told I could never do anything.
Yeah.
I was told I was never going to be good at anything. And then, you know, once I realized, I was like, yo, I'm way better than my stepfather could, like even today. And don't get me wrong, like he and I, like, I can be cool with him now. Like, it's different because I'm fine. You know what I mean? I can be cool with him. It shit don't matter to me. But what I'm saying is like, I'm better than anything and everything he could have ever done because of where I've gotten to. And I don't say that to like punch him in the face.
Right.
I'm saying that because, like, you know, it's like, whoo, I did these things that someone said I couldn't do. But meanwhile, I'm also, not only am I good at the things that I like to do, but I'm also good mentally. You know, right. I'm good. Like, the verbal doesn't mean shit to me.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, think about it. For me to go up and be able to shake his hand and be like, yo, what's up? How you doing? Is like, it's crazy to most people. People think it's insane. But I'm like, but I'm fine. Why wouldn't I be able to do it? I'm so fine that I'm able to do that. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm more proud that I won the mental battle.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like you overcame so much that you're actually fine doing that, which is actually people don't understand that that's actually bigger and better. You know?
Oh, dude. I mean, I talk about him on stage, and, you know, there's people that'll fucking, you know, like, get cringy about it. I go, why?
Yeah.
He and I are fine. We're cool. We can talk shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so what's like, because people think like, oh, this is the thing that happened, this is how it's supposed to go. No, there's other perspectives.
Yes.
No matter what you think, there's other perspectives out there. And it's like, search for those other ones before you just settle on what, like, majority of people be like, fuck that dude. You mean, people are like, you don't want to fight him or anything? No, why? I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm not upset. I'm not sad. So, like, it's like, why would it?
It's the ultimate winning. It's the ultimate. It's the ultimate winning, man. And
that's what I'm trying to say is, like, the ultimate win for me is just what I'm doing now and where I'm at now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I always think about that, like, especially when we do comedy, because the thing about us as comedians, we're saying a different perspective on stage. We're not saying exactly what most people think. And that's what makes it funny, because our perspective, our brain just works in a way to where we just find different perspectives.
Sure.
And that's what comedy has done for me.
Yeah.
It's made me not only search for different perspectives for what I'm trying to say on stage, but also in life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, 100%. And like, I told a story before, and it was the first time that I really understood something about this was, Daryll Strawberry was on a show in New York. And Daryll Strawberry was always getting the drugs, man. He was always on the coke, and it happened six, 7 times. And everybody was going, man, fuck this guy, enough with this guy. And then he told a story. And when he told the story, I got it. And what he said was, 1986, they're the kings of New York. Every restaurant they go in, they're the fuck this and that and women and partying and everything like that. And he's Daryll Strawberry. He's a home run hitter. And he said that he hit a home run in the World Series. And he said he was rounding the bases and everybody's going nuts. And he said he stepped on second base and he's looking around and everybody's going nuts. And he said he felt this big because his father told him that he's a piece of shit and never going to do anything. And he couldn't even enjoy that moment. So you got to imagine this. He's in the World Series, Shea Stadium, New York City. And he hits a home run in the World Series. He's run, and the people are losing their mind. And he felt like a piece of shit and couldn't enjoy it because his father always said that he wasn't shit, was never going to be shit. And then you wonder why, they found Daryll Strawberry, snorting cocaine. I mean, now he's all, now he's born again. He's like a pastor. He's, and he's doing good and he found his way. But it makes you realize that. So what you said, it's hilarious. This is supposed to be a comedy podcast. It's your mother people crying and shit. No, but like it comes from something, and then you find something, and then you get above it and you beat it. Now you said something, and this is one thing that I really find interesting with you, and another reason why I wanted you, on the show was because you mentioned the music and the punk rock, and I'm very, very big on the only music that I can't really fuck with for some reason, and maybe I will later, but the only music that I don't get with is country right now. Right.
Yeah.
But
I said that for years too. And then finally I've trickled in.
It
takes a little bit.
I'm a huge Oasis fan. Huge. Like,
oh shit.
Like huge.
Somewhere on the wall over there. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
damn.
Oasis is my shit. I like everything. I like Oasis. I like, because I was in high school early high school for Nirvana, Pearl Jam, that Seattle grunge shit hit when I was early in high school. So even though I was listening to hip hop and Biggie and Nas, especially and New York,
because I was gonna say New York, man, you guys are fucking
dude, Wu-Tang,
that shit. Yeah.
Yeah. We literally in New York, you had Tribe Called Quest from Queens. You had Wu-Tang from Staten Island. You had Nas from Queens.
Not too many not too many states could say that.
No, dude.
Not too many states like you guys had fucking hitters.
And even
some of the biggest artists today.
And then another one from Queens. I mean, first of all, DMC was from Run DMC, but then you had 50. So it's so New York was always, hip hop was always on the stations, and you always had the Biggie thing, but then you would hear Pearl Jam and you would hear this. So I have this array of music that people would be like, yo, you got I'd have Stevie Wonder next to Eminem, and all kinds of shit that. That's just how, but the music that you like, it's interesting that Oasis and Foo Fighters and those things really gripped you because that was that rebellious shit, right?
Yeah. That was the thing, and even the early 80s hardcore punk, that the Black Flag, Sex Pistols, all that shit was and it because of that music and having that in my life, that was the first discovering that sound and that message. It was the first time I ever stood up to my stepfather and was like, nah, this ain't it.
Wow.
Yeah, I think I want to say I was damn, I think I was 14. I remember I was just nah.
Now is your stepfather a big dude or no?
No, he's a little guy. He was always bigger than me,
sure.
When I'm, being a kid and stuff. But no, he's I've gotten bigger and stuff like that. But no, he's not that big of a dude.
Now
5'9", or 5'9", something. But he was a big. He worked out a little bit too. He was a big guy.
Now have you is there a reconcile where not only are you civil, but will he say to you, man, I see what you're doing, I'm proud of you, I fucked up, or not?
No, he's terrified.
Oh, he's terrified.
I saw him. My mom had surgery, and I went to go visit her, just to check on her, she had shoulder surgery, and then my sister also had surgery as well, and her and my mom were just staying together, kind of just like, helping each other out. But my sister needed help with like replacing bandages or something like that, and so this is my half sister, so it's his daughter, and so he was there helping her replace, because I just told my mom was showing up, kind of surprised her or whatever, and he was there, and literally, I don't know, he just seems so intimidated by me, and I don't like it. I don't like it. I always say hi to him. I say hi to him, and like, I actually feel bad that he's intimidated by me, because it's like, that's not what I'm trying to do. Even though I know that's his insecurity and that's what he has to deal with, it's still not like, that doesn't make me feel good. It doesn't make me feel like, yeah, fucking.
You don't want that. You don't want that feeling.
Nah, man, that's an ugly feeling. And
that's why you're bro. And that's why, honestly, that's why you're successful, Shapel. The reason why, because you got that out of your heart through your success and hard work, and you're overcoming that for you just want it to be love wherever, like, and that's amazing, man. That's amazing.
Yeah. Like, he'll say hi to me, but he's like, he can't even look me in the eyes. You know what I mean? It's like that bad, like, and it just, it does kind of suck, because it's like, I don't know if he's ready for that type of conversation to be like, but I am. I'm like, if you want to talk about it, we can fucking talk it out. Like, I'd rather dialogue than anything, than not say anything. But and people don't, and most people don't know this about me, but my last name is Harris. I actually just got it changed officially or whatever, but my last name is Harris, and but I go by Shapel Lacey. Harris is his last name, my stepfather's. And so I want to say, like, fucking, I don't know, like 12, 13 years ago or something like that, I stopped going by Shapel Harris. And that was out of spite, and I was just like going by Shapel Lacey. And that was out of spite, because I'm like, yo, fuck that dude, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But as I've gotten older, and this is what made me like officially change it, it's like, man, I've molded myself into this dude. This dude, Shapel Lacey, is what I've like done. This was, because I didn't feel like, and obviously, I didn't feel like I got the parenting that a person should, or, a child should.
Yep.
And so once I started going by Shapel Lacey, and over the years, I realized I've developed myself into something that, like, I'm super proud of, and it's like, that's Shapel Lacey, you know what I mean? So that's why I changed it. It used to be out of spite and this feeling for him, but then once I realized, I was like, yo, I did that. It has nothing to do with him. It has to do with what I've done,
Yeah, it makes me feel like that Good Will Hunting scene where, like, he's like, it's not your fault. Well, even though it is his fault, I feel like if you just said that to him, he would break the fuck down and just.
Oh, dude, if I said, oh man, his heart would fucking break.
Dude, if you walked up to him and was like, hey man, I forgive you, and you hugged him, he would fucking. That would be.
He would fucking. And it's so funny because him and my mom aren't together anymore. They haven't been together for years. But they still see each other. I have a brother that's special needs. One of my younger brothers, special needs. And so, like, whenever doctor's appointments or anything that he needs to, that he needs to be attended for, they see each other because of that. But yeah, like, he'll always ask my mom, like, I go, yo, he could just ask me.
Yeah.
I go, and I haven't seen him in years. I haven't ran into him in years. I mean, the last time I saw him, probably like 8 years ago or something like that. But seeing him recently, it's just like, hey man, like, I even gave him a hug, but he's still like, it's like he like kind of cowers down, and I know that's probably guilt or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't be the one to define that because it's his story. But it, I feel like if I said it, it might. I don't know how it would turn out. It might break his fucking heart. But also, it's like, dude, it's okay. Like, fuck it. Like, like, listen, I understood a lot of things about him. I understood, like, his past. Like, he didn't have the greatest childhood. His father left him. He don't know his father at all. His father straight up like just fucking, deuces on him. And so, at one point in time, he'd always say like, yeah, like I was a good dad, I was a good dad, and and I used to get so pissed off at that, but then I realized I was like, of course he thinks he's a good dad
compared to what he saw.
Compared to what he saw.
Yeah,
his father wasn't around.
Yeah. So
so the fact that he was there.
Yeah.
I mean, shitty job. He did a shitty job, but
but it's funny because the perspective,
that's like showing you just show up for work and you're just bad at it.
You're like, yo, I showed up.
You're like, yo, I'm here.
I'm here, like I'm sitting here. That's hilarious.
Yo, I fucking already swept over there. I did it.
I was only 5 minutes late. The fuck? No. No.
God.
It is, man. It's perspective. It's like it really is. Like my wife said something to me, and she started crying, and she's like, "When I see you with Sophia, my daughter, she's like, you're such a great father," and then she kind of said like, it's not always like that, and then got upset. And I'm like, but I think unfortunately what happens is one of two things happens when you have a bad parent. You either become the bad parent or you're so much better and overcompensate. And luckily that's what I'm doing. Like my kids are, I'm like, I don't even want to leave the house sometimes. Like, I got to go out tonight. I got to do a couple shows. I just want to be with my kids, watching movies, hugging them, telling them I love them, telling them how strong they are, how great they are, giving them the confidence, because I didn't have that shit. And I know how important that is.
Oh yeah. I think love, man. guys like you and I don't have any kids yet, but like, I mean, I was really loved at that daycare that I worked at. The people would write fucking reviews about me, at the daycare. But it's just like I understand. I'm like, these are kids. Like you gotta let kids be kids, because I wasn't allowed to be a kid.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like I wasn't allowed. Like I like skateboarding. He didn't like the fact that I skateboarded. He would break my skateboards and shit. I like playing fucking music. He would rip off the posters of bands that I like, in my room and shit. And it's so funny because I have so many posters now. And people are like, "Why do you have so many posters?" Long fucking story. But I gotta explain to you why I have. Just accept that I have a lot of posters. It's just like, but it's just like, come on.
Yeah, don't fuck with my Kurt Cobain poster. Yeah,
it's like, oh my god, my dad used to read all my, But anyways, I want to give the children, hopefully I get to have kids one day. I want to give them better than what I had, because I know what it's like to not have a childhood.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like I know what it's like to like fucking like I ran away all the time. I don't want my kids to ever have to run away from me because I'm a shitty fucking parent. You know what I mean? Like I don't want that. That's not a good feeling. Like no. Imagine if your daughter just like, fuck this, I'm running away.
No,
it's like, why you need to run away? You see what I'm saying? Like when you put that into perspective, it makes you go, whoa! I
can't even imagine.
Never want that to fucking.
No, yeah,
you couldn't even imagine.
Yeah,
and that's the thing. It's like what's going on at home. That's what I think about with everybody in this world, man. I know our world is a little bit crazy, but also I do think it's great. Like when you think about, and I hate talking. I hate even like giving it like entertaining it even that much. But when you think about like the cancel culture and the way people react to things, I think about this shit all the time. Like I'm like, man, if people just understood forgiveness in a way, like my hopes is like I want to see my stepfather be better. I don't know how much how he is now because I'm not around him, but I would love for him to see him be better. Like my biological father, I reconnected with him at 29. I'm 35 now. Yeah. I reconnected with him at 29. He did 17 years in prison, drug dealing, game banging, attempted murder, like just going hard. maybe because of, I don't know. But
Yeah.
but
I love,
anyways,
I love, I love how you said going hard, like he's at a party.
yeah, I know, yeah.
Yeah, he went hard, man. He went in.
Yo, he went hard, yeah, just like, yeah, he was drinking and shit, just like partying every night. No, yeah, I know, right? Yeah, no, he did damage, is what he fucking did.
He went in.
But anyways, but there was this thing to me, like, where it was like, I was like, why wouldn't I fucking reach out to him? I'm like, man, all I know is that he did serve his time. I knew that much. I don't know how he is, but I was like, it doesn't hurt to fucking reach out and check and see, he served his time, but we'll see. Like, if it's not a good experience, then I can just leave it at like, hey, it wasn't a good experience. I hope the best for him. You know what I mean? But I would never know that if I didn't reach out to him. You know what I mean? And he was kind of set on me not reaching out to him because he was like, man, I left you. Like I just went straight to gang banging and drug dealing and, doing all the shit. And, he was just like, he goes, I understand if you don't want nothing to do with me at all. But then it's like, I don't think that like helps our world when it's like, no, I gotta shun him because he did this thing years ago. Even though he had, like, at the time when I reconnected with him, he had been out of prison 10 years at that point. He had been out for like 10 years. So it's like, that's already, I mean, isn't that a sign right there?
Yeah.
Isn't that like enough? Like, that isn't that enough to, like, I don't know. I'm not saying like, people don't do bad things, but also like people do make mistakes. And a lot of times people don't understand, and you don't understand, you don't know where that person is coming from, so it's like, I'd rather have to sit down and have dialogue with my dad than to just shun him out because he was a bad dude and drug dealed and all that shit. Like it, I don't know, that I've seen better result by having this perspective. Not everybody fucking understands that shit because they're so upset and they act off emotion. But I'm like, nah, break it down, break everything fucking down. Break it down.
Yeah. If everybody had your perspective, man, it would be,
a different fucking world.
It would be a different world. And not everybody's got the maturity or the capacity to do that. And I think that's great. Let's talk about the when you got out to LA, the Fighter and the Kid podcast. What's funny is after I did the show, I was like in some lunch spot in Connecticut. Someone was like, recognize me, and they were like, "Oh man!" And I was like, "Fighter and the Kid." So like the show does great. How did you get with them?
I mean, honestly, I met them. Shit, when the fuck did I meet them? I met them a little bit before I met you and Bill.
In Arizona.
They were doing the stand up live, and they were staying at the hotel I was working at.
Oh.
But I didn't meet them directly at the hotel. I met them in passing.
Okay.
Because I was doing an early show at Stand Up Live, and they were doing a late show. So like I had met them like in passing, chopped it up with them. Both of them gave me their numbers and were like, "Yo, hit us up anytime you're in LA." And like and I tell you what, like there's a lot of people that say that shit
and don't mean
where
it.
They do that and don't mean it, but they actually meant it.
Yeah.
Because when but then and then so I've already had this like foundation with them since like 2016 or whatever, and just and then I also did I was on King of the Sting, and so they already had me. I was already in the mix, so it kind of just like the world just meshed,
right? So, like it just evolved naturally.
Evolved naturally.
No, dude, that's fucking
and that's done. And listen, I got to give biggest utmost respect to Brendan Schaub, specifically because he's the things he's like helped me out with is fucking absolutely insane. Like he just like especially in our community of comedy, like it's kind of dog eat dog. Like a lot of people are like every man for themselves, but like. He's just like wherever he can, like he'll help you out wherever he fucking can. You know what I mean? Especially if he sees that you got something going on and you got some talent and whatever. Like but it's been a big help to my career. Like even, just for, something as simple as like, him taking me on the road with him and, featuring for him, and then, me doing really well opening for him. The clubs are like, yo, we got to get you out here. Like you headline too. And I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, let's do it. So like, that's been like a glorious thing. And, he really helps me like to, be able to springboard, and have my own shit. He helped me create Shapel's World, my new podcast and stuff like that. So it's like, I gotta give a lot of props, a lot of respect to that dude, for helping me out with that,
Yeah, no, man, it's amazing in this business when you look and like you see what people do, like and like when you look at the tree, the way they say coaching tree, where you look at like Rodney Dangerfield and you look at it was like a lot of people think Rodney Dangerfield was just Sam Kinison. Rodney Dangerfield, it was Saget, rest his soul. It was, he put Dom Herrera on, he put Seinfeld on, he put Roseanne Barr, all these different people. And then you see what Joe Rogan does for people. And I remember when I was coming up and Bill Burr saw me at a spot in Jersey and was like, hey, come with me. And then I started working with him. And so like what it is I think when, like we were talking earlier, like to have this come full circle, when you have talent and you're working hard and you're doing something, the real ones see it. And sometimes we think, oh, it's going to be some gatekeeper, but sometimes it's a comic, or sometimes it's somebody who, sometimes a comic, hey man, that's really what it is. So it's always amazing.
Oh, dude, when Bill gave me that opportunity, opening for him in back home in Arizona, what that did for me, like in my hometown, gave me like a lot of people. It put a lot of eyes on me, and the clubs were just like giving me so much work after that.
Yeah,
it was like I was getting the amount of club work on big fucking shows at those clubs. Like most cats, like didn't get that opportunity or whatever. But like that, like just Bill giving me the opportunity to open and me actually doing good on the shows, it was just like, yo, we gotta get this guy in here to host or feature whenever headliners don't bring anybody. And so like that grind, that did so much for me. And then fast forward to moving it to out here, like when I did get the opportunity to go up to store Laugh Factory Hollywood Improv, already knew club environment. You know what I mean? So I already knew how to get on these stages and like, but that was based off of like Bill Burr giving me that opportunity.
Yeah, but it's also a testament to you because of delivering. So it's like, if somebody throws you, you know what I mean? Like if Kobe Bryant says, hey, rest his soul, got to say that shit so much. It's ridiculous. But
today's the day.
Today's 2 years. Yeah. But if Kobe Bryant that's what he did to Devin Booker. But the reason why is because he sees something. So if they go, yo, I want to run with you, it's a testament to you. So where are you from? You're from Phoenix?
Yeah. Yep. Born and raised.
You're born and raised in Arizona.
So a suburb, Mesa. Yeah, but like it's a Phoenix area.
And so your biological father, that's where he's from too.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So you're all my family.
So you're Arizona kid, born and raised.
Born and raised. Yep.
Okay. No, that's dope, man.
Yeah.
No, we gotta. I know you gotta run, man. We gotta continue this. I'm be out in LA, so we'll do something.
Holla at us, man. You gotta come by the new studio and shit or whatever. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you come on the fucking show and shit. We'll fucking sit down and talk about your Italian father, your Italian heritage.
Yeah. No, man. There's a lot.
Those stories still crack me the fuck up, dude. I think about that all the time. Guy got a fucking Toyota.
I'm gonna send you I'm gonna send you a clip. Send me your phone number send me your phone number on the gram, and I'll send you a new clip of the new special coming out. But
dude, I would love to see it.
Shapel, Lacey,
send it to you.
Appreciate it, man. It's great. Yeah. You have any dates coming up that people could go and see you?
Yeah, February 25th and 26th, I'll be in Kansas City, Missouri at the Comedy Club of Kansas City. That's like the one I'm, pushing right now. Yeah. So yeah,
okay.
Come see me in Kansas City.
Okay, go see him in Kansas City. Guys, I'm going to be at the Fairfield Comedy Club February 4th and 5th. I'm doing one night only February 24th at the Pittsburgh Improv. That show is going to sell out. Only one show. Get those tickets. And for Austin, Texas, Rhode Island, and Tampa, go to paulvirzi.com. Check out the YouTube channel and all the other stuff. Check out Shapel's World, Fighter and the Kid. Obviously the Virzi Effect. Thank you for the numbers going up. Please rate, review, and get it on iTunes, Spotify, everywhere you get your podcast. Anything Better podcast with me and Burr talking some shit about sports. Get it, all that. I appreciate it. Shapel, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you so much, Paul. Yeah, appreciate it, brother.